Hello, welcome to my WIP and Chat. WIP meaning work in progress. I have not diamond painted in a couple days and it feels so good to just sit down and know I have about an hour to just diamond paint and chat to you guys for a little bit. My name is Marissa and I make a variety of diamond art content. If that interests you, consider subscribing. I am using the Captivating Caulk by Sorts Designs, the ruby one that I got in the Enablers Outpost mystery box. I love this stuff so much. I just filled my pen with it. I'm using a glue dot, my Enablers Outpost pen. I am just keeping my trash in the Diamond Art Club tray, but I am using the Yellow Dog Designs tray. What else? I am working on Skull Gardens, and the company it's from is Captured by Radiance. It feels so good to just sit down and diamond paint because, man, I didn't realize how much I relied on it until I had to skip a couple days. Let's just kind of dive in. How are you guys? I am doing so good. I absolutely love working right now. Yes, it's taking my time away from diamond painting some, but it feels good, and I feel like I've been getting good full body workouts recently. My body hurts so bad. Like, I can't explain how bad I feel like it hurts, but hold on, I'm trying to turn off autofocus. My body hurts so bad. I had 3 days in a row of just hard work. It was busier than normal. And the first one I did was an event. Okay, so that's not true. Last week I had my last training shift, and it was for a biker dance night. And it was kind of funny watching a bunch of bikers just, have a good time and dance for a birthday party. And it was fun. It was nice. And everyone was just so kind and understanding that I was just training. I'm still learning. So they even helped me out because they're regulars. I was supposed to be training just for waitressing, and I have yet to actually waitress at this place. My mom just says I do best behind the bar, and if she's training me, she's the bartender, so she's just going to have me there with her. And that makes sense. And I love bartending. I love pretty much just this whole industry. So I was not surprised at all. And just the way everybody is, and meeting new regulars and seeing our old regulars, and people hearing that I'm working again and going out of their way just to come visit and say hi, and just people I haven't seen in a very long time, because I don't get out much. I'm not a barfly or anything like that, so the only time I'm really in that atmosphere is when I'm working. So it was, I guess in a way it made me feel special. Like, just people that I've known practically my whole life being like, oh my God, I just wanted to check to see how you are and not see you at the very rare birthday party I would go to or something like that. So that was it's been so friggin' stinking nice. I do have the next couple of weeks just to kind of relax. I don't work again until the 28th. So it's going to be nice to kind of stretch out my muscles, relax a little bit. I want to get ahead on some filming and content so that all I have to worry about is my What's Up shops and WIP and Chats. I think that's going to be my plan moving forward. Just the time that I'm not working, batch filming and editing and scheduling out. I would like to get about a month ahead of 2 videos a week so I can stick to my 4. I love having 4 videos a week, and I'm struggling to just keep it at 3. I think I managed to do that for 1 week and it just felt wrong. So yes, I may sometimes, depending on how busy it gets, have just 3 videos, but my new goal is 2-4, and I'm known for overworking and not really taking time to relax. So hopefully I don't burn out. I do that to myself. I know I'm setting myself up for that, but I want to keep to the same consistent schedule that you guys are already used to and I'm already used to. And I don't know, I just have so many ideas now. And plus, I have a brainstorming exercise with another creator soon, and hopefully that'll mean I'll have more ideas. So I'm just brimming with happiness and excitement, and I do have some stuff, something sad to kind of mention later, but I'm not going to dwell on it and whatnot. But I think it is important and something that had happened, but I'll talk about that later in the video. I do have to take my dog to get a bath. It's been raining and he is covered in mud. So this video may end up being a little bit shorter if he keeps trying to get on my couch with mud all over him. Right now he's laying on the ground, but we shall see. They don't open for another 45 minutes, but I would like to have this all packed up before I go. I thought I would have an hour, but now I'm just looking at him and seeing the mud chunks fall off of him onto the floor. That's great. That makes me happy. Extra sweeping. So yes, that was my last training shift. Then the next thing that I did is I worked for a fundraiser, and it was for the military to gather funds to pay if, let's say, their spouse got severely injured, you know, on the field, or if they lost their significant other and, you know, one of the kids lost their parents or whatever. They will, the fundraiser will help cover college tuition, which I think is an amazing thing. And it'll also help with housing and mortgage and whatever it is that you need for the next 6 or so months to kind of help you gather your bearings and get on your feet and, you know, go through some of the grieving that you unfortunately have to go through when you lose a spouse or a significant other or your parent to the military. So it is a great, great fundraiser. It was ran by bikers, which we love because they always throw the funnest, best fundraisers, I think. At least from what I've experienced, it's just laid back and loud and fun. And we had bands and dancing, raffles, and games, and they had things set up for kids. It was just altogether one of the funnest, best events that I had worked in years. I don't think I've had that much fun working ever, honestly. But we raised a ton of money, and it was just like everyone there was beautiful. And I'm not talking just like physically, I'm saying their souls were beautiful. It was just bright and lighthearted and no drama, no nothing. I don't think I've ever heard that much laughter and hooting and hollering and just, it was amazing. I told my mom I want to work that event every year because it just felt so good to be around so many kind, generous, nice people like that. It really warmed and touched my heart. And it's almost bringing me to tears. Like, I cried a couple times for their speeches and stuff. And it was amazing. I can't even say how grateful I am to even have the opportunity to work something like that. Was just, I want to do it again. I really, really do. So I am going to be on the books for that every year, I think, which is fine with me. And I was just the beer girl. I had a giant tub iced and beer in it. And I sold beer for $4 and $5. I didn't run tabs. It was cash only. And it was a blast. I was in the sun the whole time. Like, they put me under a tree. And for the first 20 minutes, I had shade. And then, of course, as the sun started to move to go down, it defeated the purpose. But I had a ton of sunscreen. I had a lot of water. And carrying the buckets of ice was a friggin' workout, and the cases of beer was such a workout, but it felt good. Like, you know that burn where it's just like, it feels good and you know you're gonna be sore and tired later, but you're still having fun and it's just worth it? That was how I was feeling. I'm gonna stop gushing about it because I can talk about this event for, and then I did at another bar Sunday and Monday. And Sunday football, we didn't have the ticket, but we still got way busier than what they were expecting. And I probably should have had a waitress, but it was just me. So I had our regular crowd and our football crowd, and it was just go, 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 go. Like the event, like the fundraiser, just so busy. And it once again just felt so good to work. And it was like that both on Sunday and Monday. Although on Monday, I did have a giant, 26 people walk in without a reservation, which, can be a little overwhelming. I handled it pretty good. It kind of started off as individual tabs, and then one of the people was like, no, I'll just take the whole tab, which could be nice because then I don't have to organize as much and try to remember who has what, and just the little identifiers like red hat has this. This person's drinking Jack, this one's doing lemon drops, the other one's doing old fashions, and then we're making Manhattans, and then sidecars and cosmopolitans, and they were fancy drinkers. The only unfortunate thing was I didn't make much money because the person that took the bill didn't realize it was going to be so expensive, which was a little unfortunate. But what I do have to say is they were so nice and accommodating and patient with me because I had a full bar. I had a pool league going, so I was taking care of the pool league on the opposite side, and then now over half of my dining room was full. So they were so calm and so accommodating and patient and nice, even with waiting for the food, because of course it was lunchtime, right when Monday Night Football was starting, the end of the shift. And it was nice to have some people be patient. Normally you get like a few disgruntled people that don't really understand, like when you're working by yourself, you're literally the only one doing everything. So that was one plus that I have to say. I just wish that I would have kept it separate checks because I feel like I would have made more than $20 for the whole group. That's less than $1 per person, which sucks. But you know what? It's part of the industry and you all always have people make up for it. I had a blast though. They wanted the music up. They were doing some sort of after work celebratory something. It didn't seem like it was planned. So yeah, that was pretty cool. What else? I did a play date with my mom. I know. I brought Charlie with so that we could meet the baby pug. She's not really a baby. She's 2 years old, but she's still just such a little tiny squish baby. And they got along great. I'll put little videos and pictures up. No aggression at all. I was going to do it at a neutral place, but her neighbor had just had a bad experience with her dog of eating something off the side of the road that got it really, really sick. And it's not normal in that neighborhood. And my mom was like, do you know what? Let's just skip the park. Bring him here. He's already adjusted and used to meeting other dogs through all the training that I've done, and it should be fine. And it was totally fine. I let Charlie in, they sniffed each other, she followed him around as because he knows my mom's house. He's been to my mom's house many a times. I'm sure his scent was still there when she brought Maisie, the pug, home. And they kind of just sniffed each other at first, and she followed him around, and then they played, and my mom's so funny. Like, she is such a hovering helicopter pup mom. So she was like, oh my God. And my dog is vocal when he plays. It took me forever to fully understand and accept that. Like, I had to have the trainer sit me down on multiple occasions and show me and make me watch my dog play in his natural, way, because he's vocal, he moos, he growls, he boofs, he whines. Like, it's not You know, he wags his tail. He's very not graceful. So I was a little worried he might get a little too rough with her. So I did have to keep an eye on that because he doesn't realize how big he is. But oh my God, it went so well. I have a little video of like the aftermath of once they got their playing out of him sleeping on the floor next to me and Maisie just sleeping next to my mom. Or was it me? I don't remember exactly. And then I just have other just pictures and stuff. My kids get to meet Maisie this weekend. My mom's going to have the kids overnight. We're going to do a movie date, take the kids to the movies and hang out and play. And then I'm going to come home and possibly, I think I'm going to do a surprise date night with the husband. He'll probably be at work. And then I will drop the kid, like do the during the day movie date with my mom and the kids, and then come home and put together like a little date night. Maybe pull out the Monopoly and make something that he enjoys. Ooh, I might make meatloaf. That sounds really good. I love meatloaf. But yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do, is just like a little date night. And then I can get our bow stuff out. He did just make a couple more bows because he messed up the one bow when he did the Robin Hood. So he finally fixed that one and then made himself another bow so he can have more than one or two to shoot with. Maybe we can shoot. Or we can go hiking. It's been cooling off and raining. I could do, look at me taking you along my brainstorming. We could do the 3D archery course and then come back and have meatloaf and watch movies. I think we might do that. I think I need to get back in nature. I am excited to walk my pup though. I have plans. I slept in this morning and then I had to record this and then we played in the backyard and he's covered in mud, so he'll be getting a bath. It will be his first like real detailed bath. Like he's been rinsed off and kind of soaked down, brushed, but like I'm gonna have to get in between his toes and nooks and crannies because he is filthy. He had party time. Normally it's kind of already raining, so the rain just rinses him off and then I just pat him dry with a towel. So this is a little bit different. So I'm gonna take him to one of the dog washes, to where, not where they wash him for you, but where you kind of wash them yourself, but they have all the supplies there. I've always wanted to try a place like that. So I'm kind of excited for that. And I want to pack some of his favorite treats so I can make it extra fun. And then I might get him a new toy. I did buy new balls yesterday because I couldn't find any of them. And I hate the balls that I got. They're just like the regular squeaky tennis balls, but they're already falling apart and it hasn't even been a day. I forget how rough my dog can be with toys. But I did find one of the old tires that I had gotten him, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna pull this out when the other tire goes bad that I just completely forgot about. So he was playing with that too, and it's from like when he was a puppy. I forgot I'd put it away, or I don't remember what I did with it or where it came from. I found it, and Charlie was ecstatic. It's cute. All right, speaking of dogs, we lost my grandma's pup over the week, and she just randomly kind of got sick, and we've had her for 15 years, so she was a long time family pup. Like my kids see her every day. She's technically my grandma's dog, but we go to grandma's every day. We talk to her every day. We make her dinner every day. You know, it's just part of our daily routine to spend time with grandma's every single day. So she's kind of like our dog too. My kids took it really rough. I took it really rough. She ended up growing a giant football-sized mass by her liver and connected to her spleen. And she was a little, like, I'm going to say 25, maybe 30-pound pup. And she kind of felt bloated. So that's why I took her in. And she was kind of lethargic, which is not really normal. She's always happy paws. So that's why I kind of just took her in, was like, hey, she's not acting like how she was yesterday. And, you know, some of the decline we have noticed in her, we assumed that it was to age because she was getting up there in age. She had already had an intestinal surgery. She'd already had a surgery to remove her eye. She's already, you know, she's been through some stuff. And, you know, the vet for her normal checkup said, hey, she is getting older. And it was just like the typical old age stuff that we saw at first. And then last week I was just like, all right, I'm getting a little more concerned. So I took her in just to be sure. And the unfortunate news was that mass, and there was nothing we could do. She was too old and wouldn't make it through a surgery. And then we didn't want her to suffer and decline because they discovered that not only was there a giant mass that grew very quickly, because it wasn't there the last when we took her for a yearly checkup, and that was a couple months ago, maybe 5 months ago, and she was fine. 4 or 5 months ago. Anyways, so they discovered that the mass not only was huge, but was also bleeding. So it was like an internal bleed. So we had to say goodbye. But I am so grateful we had her in our lives. She gave us the best 15 most joyful, fun years we've experienced. And really, that's all I could say is like, this happens when pups get old. But it was an honor to know her, is where I'm going to leave that, because she was one of the most amazing family pets that brought so much love and so much joy to our family. And for that, all I can say is thank you to her. So remember, snuggle your pups, tell them you love them, and let's move on to happier things. Let's go back to my puppy play date with my mom. I think that is what I want to talk about. So me and my mom, we also got some Ethiopian food, and oh my God, it was probably some of the best chicken. Like, we got a chicken dish, and then we got a beef dish, and then both of them came with a couple different sides. One was like a lentilish one, and then the other one was like a potato, and then we had a veggie side. It was probably some of the best food I have had in a very long time. And the people that had served us and that owned the restaurant were probably the nicest, funnest people I've met in a long time. They showed me around, and like, there are restaurants not in the best of neighborhoods, and then you had to like follow these arrows to find the entrance. Like, you had to walk along the main road, and then there was like a little alleyway, and then you kind of have to follow the arrows between this little alleyway between like 3 buildings into the back. So I was like, is this place real? Like, I was getting a little worried because it looked very run down. But then when I finally found the entrance, I walked inside, and it was beautiful in there. I just cannot believe, I was gobsmacked. It was so pristine, and the decorations and the music and the atmosphere, and they had their family like dancing and teaching each other, and it was beautiful, and it was so much fun. Like, I was like, I kind of want to just like hang out here, but I left my mom and the dogs with her, so we could just stay at the house and eat while the puppies played and got to know each other, and we watched a Discovery of Witches together. So I didn't get to stay and hang out, but I will 100% be back because I really want to, what is it called? I really want to experience eating in there. It was just so vibrant, and walking in, the atmosphere felt warm and just accepting, you know, and it was just so beautiful. I'm going to leave it at that because I can just gush about that forever too. The dogs thought they could share our food, which they were sad when they realized they wouldn't share our food with them. But my mom, of course, would sneak little bites of stuff. I'm like, Mom, stop. Like, your pug, it's going to get fat. That's not healthy. She was like, you can have a treat, just a little tiny treat. It was funny. Oh, it was so much fun. I love spending time with my mom. And it's been nice seeing her more often recently. I feel like we've been a little out of touch. Like, we both just have had so many different things going on. But now that I have more reason to be on that side of town, because I live outside of town. Like, I live kind of in an area that could be part of 3 different towns, but not. I don't know how to explain it. Anyways, so whenever I go to that side of town, or into town, I should say, I always try to make it a point to see her. And it's been nice working again because it's given me more reason to be able to see her because our time together a lot is us working together because my mom works a lot. So it's been nice. And it's been nice to spend that day. Plus, I've been taking her to go get her new tattoos, which has been fun. I love the work that she's been getting done. It's beautiful. And exactly her personality. I always wondered, like whenever I talk about my mom or think about my mom, I've always wondered why she isn't like covered in tattoos. She just has that vibe, I guess, about her that just, it seems like she would be covered in tattoos. And now she's finally doing it. I'm friggin' thrilled. Ooh, let me go grab the books. My mom got me some books because I was talking about House of Miscellaneous pens and the woo-woo that she does and how she does like the zodiac pens and her intention pens and how I was interested in learning. And then my daughter had showed some interest. And then I was also telling her about the stones that Captured by Radiance sent me and about like the things that they could do and the definitions and the little bit of learning that I got from that. So my mom got us some books. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, so these are the books right here. So we have the Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs by Scott Cunningham, and I like the way this reads so far. I'm still like in the very introductory part of the book. I'm trying to do maybe like a chapter a day until I get to the herbs and stuff. I'm so interested. And then my mom also got us the Harmony and Healing Power with Precious Stones. Oh no, Dusty is on my bed. Charlie, I get mud everywhere. Oh, I'll vacuum it off in a minute. But yes, isn't it pretty? I am so excited and grateful. Like, I love how my mom just listens to details. Like, oh, you're interested in learning about this. And she knows so much about herbs and all of that because she used to work at a health store and she had read this book many a times. And if I don't express, like, I've known about it, but if I don't express explicit, interest, she's not going to ever force anything on me, So I've always had an idea that there's special properties and things that you can do. My mom's not necessarily a witch, but she does like the natural remedies of some stuff. And she's, of course, like it's not a replacement for anything like medical, but a little extra can always help. It's not going to hurt anything. You know what I mean? So it's always been like a part of my life, but now I'm saying I'm interested and she is ecstatic. So that's where we're at with that. And I'm so excited to kind of share that with her. And then we started watching, I mentioned earlier, The Discovery of Witches. And it is such a good show. I still need to finish Black Sails. I need to watch a little bit more Buffy, but I can't get it to work on my laptop. It keeps saying, like, it gives me the notice that Hulu is raising their prices. I say, okay, and then it won't take me to the actual website, but my subscription is good until the 25th. So I'm just getting a little frustrated with that. I want to be able to watch on my laptop because sometimes I like to sit, diamond paint, and have my headphones in and watch so that the kids can watch their own stuff. We only have one TV in our home, and sometimes, I don't want to watch a kid's show. After homework, after we have everything organized. I didn't put enough of this in there. So when we have all of that, and I don't want to watch a kid's show at all. So I've been debating on if we should get another TV. But I don't know. Would it be worth it? But I also don't want the kids sitting all day in their room. I kind of like that we have our little rotation to limit the screen time. Like my husband will watch his hunting stuff while I'm cooking dinner. The kids get, an hour or so after they do their homework. And I get to watch my ghosties, at night after the kids go to bed with the husband. But sometimes if the homework gets done early and all chores are done and they want to watch their kids shows and I have time to sit down and diamond paint, I want to watch it on my laptop. And it's really frustrating me that it's not letting me watch it, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. Long story short is I want to be able to watch Hulu on my damn laptop, and it's not letting me, and it won't let me get past the, hey, we're raising our prices little pop-up, and then I hit OK, and then it takes me to my account to show me that the on this date Hulu is raising their prices. And it's just frustrating. It is frustrating. Anyways, since I haven't been able to watch Buffy, I have been watching a little bit of the, what is it called? Oh, Discovery of Witches. But I need to ask my mom for her password because she can share with me. I'm her baby and she loves me. So I can finish it. I am still in season 1, but I am officially hooked. I love it. It's a lot of fun. It's very intriguing too. At first, it's very much a whirlwind romance. I need to face this the right way. And then I have been re-listening to my favorite authors, Susan Valenti and Caroline Peckham, The Ruthless Boys of the Zodiac. It seems to be my go-to. I really want to finish the Darkmoor Penitentiary series. They finally released the last book of it, but I want to wait until I'm off of my no-buy till I can get it, because I own the physical copies of the first 3 books because I love the series, and I want the last one. So when I can comfortably spend money again, I will be getting that and then rereading the whole series. And that'll probably be less time to diamond paint. But do you know what? It will be worth it because I've been waiting for it for so friggin' long. I keep putting some of these in backwards and it's frustrating me. And it's my own damn doing. But I'm so excited. I have waited for that last book to come out for like 2 years. And of course, when it comes out, I can't buy it right away. And that's par for the course, but it's also amazing too because it's building up that excitement. And I kind of love it. I kind of like this anticipation of like, now I can get it and it's just like win. And I'm loving it. It's making me more and more excited, I guess is what I'm trying to say. What is your favorite genre to read? Are you a big reader? I want to know. Am I pretty much just the only one that does that? But I'm a binge reader too. So I guess that's also why they've turned into my comfort books, because I could reread or re-listen to this series because it uses my favorite narrators too over and over again. The Ruthless Boys of the Zodiac. And then I do think Darkmoor has audiobooks, but since I own the physical books, I haven't bought the audiobooks, which is normally what I would do. I did that with her Harley Quinn series, is I own the physical books and I own the audiobooks. So I may do that eventually, but since I started the Darkmoor with just the physical books, I'm thinking I'll just keep it. Did I overlid my pen now? I feel like my placement's all off today. I don't like it. But like the nice thing is I like listening to the audiobooks sometimes while I'm walking the pup. Like I like to start my walks with no phone, not plugged in, a nice training session with the pup. Like I'll stop in front of houses that have dogs barking or more busy area, or, you know, do some stay, you know, have them sit, wait and stay if there's not much going on around. But then after a while, you know, I get my nature fix and my reflection time. I will listen to an audiobook for the end of my walk. Or if I do, sometimes I would do even 2 walks a day. So that's also why I love audiobooks. But also I like listening to them when I'm cleaning. And it makes the time go by so much faster. I feel like it also helps me concentrate more, like folding laundry, doing dishes, zone out a little bit more. Otherwise, that repetitive quietness just bothers me, especially with cleaning. Every once in a while, if I don't have the kids in the car, I'll listen to the books because I listen to adult books while I'm driving. Do you like audiobooks? I know I do. So yeah, this one might be a shorter video because I'm already about done with my little list of stuff. I kind of brought up the Gypsy Rose one last time, like the topic that I wanted to talk about, but I covered all of it, like just my confusion with it. And I don't understand why she's a a thing. I don't think she needs to be a thing, but who knows? All right, well, I think I'm gonna leave this here today, and it's not a very long one. I'm gonna finish this little section and then take my muddy, stinky pup to go get washed. I'm so excited to wash him. He's probably gonna be like, what the hell are you doing to me, Mom? Stop it. It's gonna be cute. I doubt I'll be able to take pictures though, because I'll be all soapy and probably end up just as wet as him. But we'll see. It's one of those wash yourself dog places that I'm taking him to. I want to try it so bad, because they have all the fancy little doodads. And you get to raise them up and bring them to your height so you're not breaking your back and bending over, you know? But yeah, I will see you next week. I love making these WIP and chats. I feel like I need to get a better grasp on specific topics. I haven't been shooting my bow much. I haven't been walking much. I've pretty much just fallen off the rails, which sucks. I need to get back into the swing of things. I think after my adjustment time, back to working, it will be fantastic. Well, I will see you next week, and hopefully I'll have more to talk about, but I don't want to just make stuff up either. I let you know how I was doing, and I want to know how you're doing. I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye.